and good morning. I think it's safe to unplug this for now. Maybe I don't think I can tuck it up. Let me see if there's a way to run it. The issue I'm having is I was trying to record my second video earlier and the battery died, and so the whole last third of the video, the camera went dark, so you couldn't even really see what I was showing you. So I'm just grabbing the two kits I need to show. So we're going to show the orange and black and the purpley red, kind of maroon one. So we'll start with this one. I keep forgetting to say, now it is in the description box, and I did talk about it in Natasha's live stream yesterday. So my kit is kind of meant to be a foundation or the guts of a journal. What's in my kit provides you with a lot of things to make pages, to do some ephemera, to make some ephemera. What's not really included in this kit is ready-made ephemera for you to decorate with. Now I do have my pocket page ephemera kit, and it does come with some things. But I did kind of want to point your way towards Natasha's sale on Sunday the 18th. It is her birthday bonanza sale, and she's going to have, similar to what she offered before, some Halloween ephemera kits. She has some kitschy cute ones and some I think Day of the Dead and a couple of other kinds. I don't think she has any really large quantities of them, but I wanted to just mention that here so that, excuse me, so that if you are looking for ephemera, I'm sure other people are offering ephemera kits, but I haven't seen anything specifically on YouTube from people that I follow as of yet. As I noted, One-Legged Witchy Woman is doing her own kind of kit for Halloween. And I did see somebody else, and now it escapes me. If I remember who it was, there was somebody else doing oh, you know what? I think it was Bima, and she finished a Gothic journal, but I think hers was a custom order. So I am starting to see some more Halloween, fall type stuff come up. So if you know of ephemera kits available through a YouTube seller, please let me know. But right now, Natasha's is the only one I specifically know about, and her sale is this coming Sunday, the 18th. And I believe it starts at 12 noon. But the details are in the Journey of Crafting Facebook group. And her sale will be on her YouTube channel, Journey of Crafting, and that is linked in the description box below. So back to my kit. So this is for the orange and black cover. I call this my decayed pumpkin. Orange is one of my favorite colors. I know a lot of people are not fans of orange, but many people become bigger fans of orange in the fall. So we'll start from the back as usual with the usual suspects. Your 10 tea dyed or coffee dyed papers. So there are those. And so you've got 10 of those. This does include the 5 black pages. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then here we go. We've got 3 of the orange dip dyed pages. 2 of the smaller upcycled journal pages that have the grid print on them. I don't know if you can see it. You can see the grid, and so there are 2 of those included in this kit. For index cards, you get 18 in each kit. This kit includes orange ones and purple ones. So you get 3 of each color of the 5x8, 4x6, 3x5. A toe tag and an evidence tag. And then here are your smaller scrapbooking pages. So for your 6x6, you get this lovely grungy mottled. This is the Martha Stewart one. For your 7x7, which is also it's a light cardstock weight. I love this image. I think this is probably more towards gothic, less kitschy. And then I included a map page because what haunted scary story doesn't involve at least some degree of travel, right? Although many haunted house stories take place in one place, but you know, like Dracula, there was traveling, that sort of thing. So we are a bit out of order here. So for your scrapbooking paper pages, you get this lovely leafy design, and then this green grayish kind of paper to go with it. These could be used on your inside cover, but they could also be used as a page in your journal. It would have to be trimmed down a smidge, but I was thinking it could be used as a page and a pocket. You could also take one of these, and what I did in the other one was I used an upcycled page, but I won't be doing that in any future journals I make, not with the kind of page I used, because it turned out with use it was a vintage book page, a signature page, and the edges of it were starting to you know, disintegrate. So but you could and you could even just use a plain paper. You don't necessarily have to use a coffee dyed page. But what I did was I cut essentially this smaller, and I put that down, and then I put a pocket on here as well. So you had the coffee dyed edges of the book page that I used, but you also got the contrast. And then I used the offcuts because you had a bigger piece with whatever one you used as the pocket. So I might have used that as the background and that as the pocket, or that as the background and that as the pocket. But either way, you had enough to flip this over and do one on the other side, so you had kind of this big pocket element on each side of the journal where both sides of the page were pockets. You don't have to do that. I'm just, you know, it's an idea. I'm compelled to share often. So those are your scrapbooking paper. That's a paperweight paper. And then your cardstock elements are this. I believe this is Stamping Up. I'm not sure. This is one of the Patty. I bought a number of auctions ago. This was not terribly recently. She did some a destash of some of her scrapbooking paper, so I picked this up. This is glossy, and it has kind of a debossed feel to it. So there is some texture on there, but it's not raised. It's, you know, it's the debossing, so it's sunk into the paper a little bit. And that is white on the back. All of these so far are white on the back. And then your kitschy cute element for this one is the orange, yellow, and black pumpkin happy pumpkin paper. And that is also a cardstock weight. With every kit is your Ouija page. Again, if you don't want the Ouija page, weirds you out, creeps you out, just let me know. I will pull it from your kit. Coloring page. This one is pumpkins and spiders. Your scraps for this kit are this is a burgundy and brown design. This is from the Stampin' Up paper. Cardstock weight, white on the back. This is from one of the kits I showed in the first set of videos about the junk journal kits. It's the stripy purple paper, and that is purple on the back as well. So those are your scraps for this kit. You get in this kit 2 dark purple coffee filters and 2 orange coffee filters. Those are the dip dyed ones. Nice deep dark color in those. Then you get 2 of the smaller tea dyed ones and 2 of the 6-inch doilies for this one. And those are tea dyed as well. There we go. You get 9 of the mass market paperback size. And what I typically do with these, this is one of the things I do, is I make a journaling card like this. Now this is 3 of the book pages layered together and backed with a 4th, but it's thin. This was backed with notebook paper, some of my pink dip dyed notebook paper. Obviously this is not Halloween themed. I'm just showing you as an example of what you can do with these papers. I rounded the corners. If you have a sewing machine, that makes it that much easier for you, because you can just tack down the middle and glue together or sew together 2 or 3 of the pages depending on how thick you want it. And boom, super cute journaling card. And this size journaling card will fit in the cover. So if you make a pocket page, that will for sure fit in the cover size. So you get 9 of those, 5 of the Goosebumps pages. And I know this is probably going to get repetitive as we go along because a number of the same elements will be included in every kit. 5 of the Harry Potter book pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here is your, this is the text only from the Dracula, the one signature page that's the text from one of the Dracula books that I used. There is a little damage here on this part. I got cut with the X-Acto knife. This can be folded out and it can be doctored a little bit. But realistically, if you were going to use the full thing, it does need to be trimmed down. So it's possible to fold that up into a pocket without that affecting the journal in any way. And where you would sew your signatures, I doubt it would affect the integrity at all. So then you've got 3 of the stark white Dracula book pages. 3 of the Edgar Allan Poe, the nice creamy off-white pages from the junior edition. It's from a kids edition, hence the size of the text and the pages. These are from the Telltale Heart. You get your 5 medical encyclopedia pages. So 1, come on, 2, 3, 4, and come on, and 5. So there is that. And then you've got 3 of the Beowulf pages, and these are from, the book is from the 70s, I think the mid 70s, but it could be the late 70s. So you've got some yellowed aging on there. And I did include that because it's one of the sagas, you know, it's a mythic saga. So it has monsters and heroes and elements that I consider to be Halloween-ish, appropriate to the theme. Your napkins for this one include this one with the bats and the moon, and that is on the whole thing. So you get 4 of those. Oops, wrong way. Can't even fold napkins now. You also get the spider one. So there's that, and there's 4 on that. It has the word darkness on here, and then it has some other words on here, but I can't necessarily read them because they're lighter. I think it might say spooky or SP, yeah, that might say spooky. Then I'm not sure what it says up here, but they're just fun napkins to work with. So you have got in this kit 3 of the orange tags, 3 purple tags, and 3 of the black tags. So that's what's included in this kit. and then we got the image pages. So let's go this way. So your Cycled Encyclopedia pages are a map page, and then one with some buildings on it. So this one's a castle, and so they're just, I thought they would be fun, maybe to go on tags or on the corners of pages. And then your 3 images. This is from an illustrated Dracula, and this one is done more in a kind of a comic book style. I believe the artist normally does comic book art. It's the 3 brides of Dracula, and aren't they just delicious? This is white on the back. This one is from the Edgar Allan Poe book. This is the Pit and the Pendulum image. And the back, the book was titled Ghostly Tales and Eerie Poems of Edgar Allan Poe, and it did have some illustrations in it. So that is super fun. And then your signature page with image here is she has risen from the grave and she's being confronted. So this is a more traditional image than the other one I've included, but just as delicious and fun to work with. And it is part of the signature. You can take it out, leave it as part of the signature. You know, as always, once it's purchased, it's yours to do whatever you want with. So there is all of that yummy goodness for your kit. And I'm not going to show everything in it again. I showed it in the first video, and it's such a bunch of little stuff. But it's the corners for this. It's one of these book plates is in there. Brads for the book plate. Some wiggly eyes, some spiders. Some black bulb pins are in here. There are some charms. Like if you watch Natasha's live stream, there are some charms. I did show all of the things that might wind up in the goodie bag. And I think that about covers it for things that are... Oh, and I did include 3 eyelets. I threw in an extra one because, you know, things happen. So if you have a crocodile, you can punch those. If you're not going to need the eyelets, just let me know, and I'll pull those out for you. Because you can secure this. The one that Natasha showed did not have any eyelets in it, but I did do these with eyelets, and this cover holds the eyelets fine. It doesn't damage the integrity of it at all. With the extra goodie bag with all the hardware for your kit, it does come in at over 100 items. So there's plenty to work with. I started joking with Natasha that that it's a stuffed kit because I stuffed it full. And it won't come in this condition. It will come nicely packaged for you, so that it arrives safely and undamaged. I just did this so that I didn't get anything mixed up. So this is the red cover, and it is kind of a purpley red. Now I'm going to show you the purple with it, so you can see that it's not truly purple, but it's not a genuine red either. So if we got, what do I have that's red? What do you own that's red, Amy? Nothing, because you hate the color red. I don't hate the color red. What I hate are red shirts. And it's not Star Trek related. I worked at a number of hotel jobs, and I don't know what genius in marketing or in the upper management decides that their employees should be in red shirts. It's a mistake. Red is a power color, but it also can incite anger in people. And when I worked at Furnace Creek Inn and Ranch Resort in Death Valley, they put the front desk staff in the summer in red polos. So not a good idea. But I did for about 3 jobs. I had to wear a red polo shirt. I will never voluntarily wear a polo shirt again. And I avoid the color red in my shirts because of that. I look at red and I'm like, nope, not doing it. So this is a truer red. So this is a dark wine burgundy. There is a lighter red in there, but there's also a little bit of purple. So the purple that is in this more veiny purple journal, this dark purple that's on top of the lighter purple, is the same color that's on here. So it's the same shade of purple. So it is a purpley red, and it was meant to look, you know, creepy. But I wanted to be clear that it is in the red family. It is not purple, but it is a very dark, not traditionally vibrant red sort of thing. I'm going to pause this for a minute because somebody is messaging me and I don't want to ignore it. It feels important. Hold on, please. Okay, so I think the last thing I had done was talk about the cover and how it's really red, even though it's a really dark red with purple leanings. Okay, so there's that. And then we'll start at the back as usual. All right, so the 10 coffee dyed pages. Okay, your 5, I can do this, black dip dyed pages. And this one has some nice red undertones. Cross-contamination is what's going on here. So I did a black and a red batch close together. And so on this one, it does have pink undertones, but it also does have a tiny bit of red cross-contamination. And then on this page, you can definitely see some of the pink undertones. So that's fun on that page. And you've got that, and that. And you can see the pink undertones on this one as well. Okay, so 3 sheets of red colored paper. There we go. 2 sheets of the beet dyed grid paper with lots of yummy coffee cross-contamination on there. So fun. I thought these would be extra nice in a creepy Halloween journal. Your 18 index cards for this one are 9 coffee dyed and 9 dip dyed. 5x8, 4x6, 3x5. Okay. For your 6x6 sheet, this I think it's a black or a very dark gray diamond pattern. This is the Martha Stewart paper. It's cardstock, white back. This lovely stripy 7x7 sheet, black grays. There is some text underneath that. This is a lighter cardstock weight, and it is also white on the back. And then this one is made to look like a vintage ledger of sorts. And this is a scrapbook paper weight paper. It's not a cardstock weight. And that's the 8x8 sheet. You get your evidence tag and your toe tag. All right, so your paper weight papers for this one are this lovely reddish pink. It might also be, I have trouble with reds with my vision. So I know I asked my son, this is for sure a dark red burgundy color. But I thought these were fun together, so I was thinking pocket page, or it could be for the inside cover on this one. I just thought those were very fun to work with for this particular journal. Your more gothic, classy kind of cardstock is some of the Stampin' Up! Paper. And I won't have enough to put some of this in every kit, so there will be other types of papers as well. This is a burgundy with some light brown undertones on it. It's a really nice paper. I love this. I'm going to be sad when it's all gone. And then your third choice is this purple diamondy. I think this is black in the background, but it could be a very dark purple. So this was your kitschy fun version. Your Ouija board paper. Again, if you are not into Ouija, creeps you out, freaks you out, makes you unhappy in any way, I will take it out. Just let me know. Your coloring page is a bat on a pumpkin, and look at his little face. Isn't he just awesome? Okay. Your scraps for this one are 1 cardstock weight piece, and it's that grungy floral. And then this paperweight paper scrap of the black and gray design. Okay, 9 of the mass market paperback size. This is from a 1970s book of ghost stories. I believe they were true to, not like a made up story. They're like the kind of hauntings where this historical location is haunted. That's the type of book it was. So got 9 of those, and they are yellowed from age, so that is super fun. 5 of the Goosebumps. The 5 Harry Potter pages. I've got your text-based, Dracula page, the full signature fold-out page. This one happens to be white on the back, so you can have a lot of fun with that. It could be just writing space. You could put some coffee paper on there. You could put some pattern paper on there. There's a lot of possibilities with that one. Your 3 this is from a different Dracula book. And these are just stark white. I think that's a fun contrast to some of the other papers in the kit. So you get 3 of those. And here are your Edgar Allan Poe. This is from Found in a Bottle. I think that's, so there is that. And one from Legia. I'm not sure if that's exactly how you say it, but I think I was out of this, or I couldn't find it, so I put in one from Legia, which is part of a poem. There. Okay, and then your 5 medical encyclopedia pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you got extra ones. There we go. Well, if I make a mistake and I put in too many, I leave them. But if I do make a mistake and put in too few, that's part of the reason I'm doing this, is to go through and make sure I got everything that's supposed to be in there that I thought was in there. So you got a few extra of the medical pages in there, and I will leave it that way. 3 of the Beowulf pages on the lovely yellowed paper. Your napkins for this one. This is kind of a green, a light green undertone, some bats and crosses. It just felt kind of vampire-y to me, so I included that in there. Nice big napkin. And I'm always trying to fold these wrong. You'd think at 48 I could fold a darn napkin. This one is the bat napkin, and that is on all 4, so you get 4 of the images here. I didn't peel the backs away. I believe these are 2-ply. And I think the other one is 3-ply. So there's the full way that looks. There we go. Your tags for this kit are 3 of the black ones. 3 red ones. And 2 of the blood splatter decoupage. So there is that. I feel like I'm saying, so there is that a lot. I'm sorry. So you've got 1, 2, 3 of the large coffee-dyed coffee filters, 2 of the smaller tea-dyed ones, and 2 tea-dyed paper doilies. And these are 6-inch diameter, as they have all been. Castle for the encyclopedia pages, a handsome, cab, and a heart. Because that's creepy for Halloween, right? Your 2 Frankenstein illustrated pages, planning his own murder and rescuing a drowning child. So there is that. And then your other images here are, so this is, you get 2 in this one. So this is a signature page, and I picked it because of the image on the back, but it turns out there's one on the inside as well. So that's Dracula climbing down the wall and Harker going, oh no. And then there's the Brides of Dracula in this one. His hair is starting to turn gray, and they are trying to seduce him. Very foggy at the bottom, so that's fun. And then your last image is from the Creepy Kids book. I believe it's a bird's nest. This is another one of the atmospheric kind of melancholy. It's done in black and white, so it's very gray, shades of gray. I just thought it would be a fun element in a creepy spooky journal. So that is the red kit. And again, you get your little baggie of hardware, which gives you the plate and the corner, the things for the corner protectors, brads for the nameplate, bulb pins, wiggly eyes, charms for the inside or the outside, depending on where you want to tie your book off, because you can do the pamphlet stitch. You can do a 3-hole or a 5-hole pamphlet stitch here. I like the 5-hole. It's my favorite one. I think it's more secure. And this is a little bit taller journal. I usually only use the 3-hole on a smaller journal. So you get the bulb pins and the 3 charms, which could go inside, outside, if you, wherever you decide to tie off your journal. I favor inside, but I love the little dangle on the spine as well. So I won't offer any advice on what I think you should do, because it would be your journal if you bought this kit. So kits that are available and ready, more or less to mail, I obviously have to pretty them up and put them in the mailer. And I do not do that until they are ordered and paid for, just because I want the packaging to all be fresh. I don't want it to sit somewhere and, you know, get crushed on a shelf or anything like that. So I do, I will get everything all together. It will go into the envelope to keep it safe. But I don't do the packaging until the order is paid for. That way I feel like it goes out with good juju, kind of like I touched it. I you know, kind of gave it my creative, you know, whatever's going out of the house. It's just how I like to do things. So, these will typically mail out within 24 to 48 hours, just because I do have to take some care in packaging everything. I want to make sure nothing gets damaged in transit and that you have all your fun goodies. So what's available for sale right now that's all stuffed and ready to be packed up to be mailed is the red, the orange that I showed earlier in this video, the green from the last video, and then I will move those aside. So red, orange, and green. And then we've also still available is the black, bronze, and gold, and the blood splatter. So there are 5 kits currently available to buy that are ready to be packed up and mailed. And I, of course, have many more covers. Never fear, no shortage of covers. So if you're looking for a specific cover that is not currently available, and I think really purple, or maybe the ones with the skeletons on them, and then some of the color variations within color, like where the green has some with brown and some with red. If you're looking for a specific cover to be done, leave me a comment, shoot me a message. I'm pretty flexible in terms of what I'm going to do next. In a couple of days, I'll have another 6 prepared, and I'll do videos for those. I'm not going to rush through this just so there's a bunch ready to sell. That's why I'm saying if you have something you'd like to see sooner, you're waiting for it to become available, just let me know and I'll do that one next. I'm always happy to do so. So we have, you know, quite a few covers available. Whatever doesn't sell because these will all be up and videoed by probably the 23rd. So that if these haven't sold, they'll go into my Etsy shop after the 26th. Just because the videos, you know, I do about 1 a day, so it'll get farther and farther behind. And I do want to try and sell, you know, them before Halloween, obviously. So that is, I think, all I have for this video. If you are interested in a kit, my email will be in the description box. along with the pricing information, which I think I did go over at the beginning of the video. Don't forget about Natasha's birthday bonanza sale this Sunday if you're looking to pick up a little ephemera for either my kit or something you're designing yourself. If you have watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. I will see you again soon, I am sure. Let's see. Thank you for watching to the end. I am so scatterbrained, I can't even tell you. Whatever time of the day or night you are watching this, I hope that you are having an amazing day. Whatever you do with your time, whether you're working or playing or taking care of children or caring for somebody in your family, or you're just chilling on the couch watching Netflix. You know, obviously you can't be doing that, and well, I guess you could. But whatever it is you're doing, however you're spending your time, I hope that it brings you joy and happiness. And until the next video or the next time I see you in a live stream, happy crafting and bye!